start recording there? Yeah, I guess so. Delightful. Hey, hi, hello, welcome back, Alexander and Codex. Unusually pumped by this music. Gotta say, unusually pumped. Okay, seriously, Alex, you can't, like, be half crouched on this fucking chair. You gotta sit vaguely like a normal person. Vaguely. I don't wanna proceeds to sit on feet instead of sitting on chair like a normal person. Excellent, excellent. Yeah, alright, great. We crafting some mines. What are we doing today? Fuck knows. I don't care. This is very fucking good. We'd finished up with paths up here, right? You can do it, Alex. You can do it. Yeah, I mean, this path doesn't really go anywhere. I guess I could, like, burrow it into the side of the hill here. I guess, so it could, like, eventually, I don't know, connect up with this, but I'm okay, kind of okay with it being a dead end for now. Right, I got rid of all the overhangs. The reason I was cutting off all those overhangs is zomboids can hang out underneath the overhangs and cause a hell of a lot of headaches. Yeah, we just going back down to the mines? Maybe, yeah. Really gotta set some goals, some aspirations. Do I though? What if, and hear me out on this, I didn't, and instead just kind of vibed? Ooh, yeah, we do like vibing. So I'm gonna go do that. Been an okay day. Slept in too much because of anxiety. Can I, like, run down the stairs, please? No, we're just gonna kind of half-hop down the stairs. Anxiety kept me asleep. Good stuff. No more paralysis dreams, which is nice. Got out of bed. Played a game of Warzone. Hung out on hold for like an hour, waiting to get in contact with the Employment Security Department. They were like, "Oh, weird. Yeah, I see it here, but nothing has happened with it." Like, okay, so yeah, you're seeing the reversal. It's very cool. So I confirmed today that they have received notification of the reversal. It has not gone into effect yet, and the person who I talked to, very helpful. Big shout out to Jan for helping me out. Then contacted me via email later the afternoon, saying that it's up to 2 business weeks. 2 business weeks meaning 14 business days, not 14 days. So it could be at the end of this week that it might go through. But, you know, would have been great to have known about that ahead of time. So, you know, good day. I'm not mad at her or anyone else. I'm reassured that, okay, you know, at least what needed to reach that office has reached that office, even if it reached there 2 weeks ago. They're clearly busy. I would have liked a notification of receipt, just so I knew that everything was fine, moving in the right direction, or some kind of ETA until things were done, but, you know, you can't... So long as they're not asking me for money that I don't have, and they do intend to give me money that I paid into the system and roll back the charges, I'm not gonna cause a lot of ruckus. It would be phenomenal if I got my money by the end of the week, because, you know, rant. But also, you know, a few very kind people have given me a significant amount of money so that I'd be able to pay rent. And if I could just return all that money, that would be really nice. Or I can just, you know, like, return some of it, or, I don't know, have a conversation with people like, hey, I got paid. Would you like me to pay you back? I can do that now. it would be cool to be able to have that conversation. But I'm not counting my chickens before they hatch. I'm not posting about like, oh my god, everything's fine, because I don't know that it is. I know that things should be processed soon. They should have been processed a while ago, but, you know, again, it was reassuring to at least check in and be like, we good? we good? And, everything that should be sent to people has been sent to people. And I did rock the boat a little bit today just by checking in on it. Hopefully that'll make it a bit of a priority. Cause squeaky wheel, etc., etc. And that would be grand. Haven't really kept up on the news today. I mean, that's a lie. I've kept up on, like, a little bit. The funniest fucking thing I saw today is that Trump has set up an office of the former president of the United States to handle his correspondences, which is just... You do you, boy. You do you, Donnie boy. You hold on to whatever tiny scraps of power you can get. Can't wait for him to tweet from prison. Am I right, fellow teens? I would just like to forget that he exists as a human. I would like for him to just have a heart attack tomorrow and die and just be whisked off of this face. The face of this earth. Yeah, you know, politically it would be good to have him held to account, have there be a trial, because that would go a long way to reassuring the public and the planet, the international community, that our nation, you know, does have standards and law, and that those laws do apply to even the people occupying the highest offices in the country. There are consequences for decisions, and etc., etc., etc. Will that happen? I'm pessimistic. The amount of backpedaling we've already seen by places like Fox News, Carl Tucker talking about QAnon last night or today or something, just like being very apologetic towards QAnon folks and being like, they were wrong. They're not the bad people. Just the scramble to try to win over these same fucking people that these dipshit politicians and media companies always seem to want. El fascista. On their side. I wanna divert away from talking about that. There's been a lot of conversations going on about, well, we need to reach across the aisle, or we need to reach out to people with different ideologies, or, you know, revolutionaries, regardless of their end goal, have common cause in fighting against the middle. There's a lot of misguided notions out there, and a lot I could dig into. Instead, I don't want to dig into that. I want to talk about how the majority of Americans did not vote in the presidential election. The majority of Americans do not vote. But this election cycle, 2020, the presidential and general election, saw the largest voter turnout. There we go. Outturn. That's not the word, Alex. Turnout. In a better part of the century. That is encouraging, because the reason that conservative parties are able to so well maintain power, one of the reasons anyway, is by disenfranchising people from voting. Making it difficult to vote, gerrymandering districts so that their votes don't count, or are disproportionately less valuable in determining the winner of an election. I mean, the whole Electoral College is really a grand example of this. But it's heartening to see so many people voting despite that. As organizers, as leftists, as people who want a better future or want a future, that's how these start. You reach out to those folks. You reach out and get people fucking registered to vote who aren't registered to vote. You get people... You talk to people who aren't traditionally the sort who consider themselves political. You don't reach out to people who already have a firm established opinion and have, you know, skin in the game. I mean, you can. But the, like, statistically smart move is to reach out to this huge group of people who've gone largely ignored. And no, I'm not saying electoralism or electoral politics is the way forward or our best bet or what we should focus on. Really, that's up to each individual, how they want to focus on organizing. If they want to work nationally, work within their own community, if they want to work with people of particular identities, people, etc., etc., etc. That's not something I want to speak about. What I do want to talk about is that there's a lot of powerful, exciting, impactful work to be done bringing more people to the table, bringing more voices, perspectives, and lenses to the table. Right? Very common sense. That regardless if you are trying to organize folks to vote, folks to protest, folks to engage in direct action, I think there's a lot to be said for people who aren't the sort that consider themselves political. There's a huge, untapped, or largely ignored segment of our population that can be politicized, can be radicalized, can be represented. And regardless of what movement you belong to, regardless of your ideology, generally, most modern ideologies take at least some root in populism, some root in representationalism. So I really don't think there's anyone who has an opinion worth valuing who would be against the idea of registering more people, getting more people empowered, more represented, etc., etc. So that's very cool. I mean, there are maps of the United States. If no votes or did not vote was a candidate, showing how many states did not vote would have won the 2016 election. It would have won the 2020 election by a fucking landslide. So if you're looking at the political landscape and you're feeling frustrated or disempowered, or like everybody have already made up their minds and it's hard to reach out to people, well, the numbers lie to you. The truth of the matter is that the vast majority of people are potential allies, or potential comrades. There's water above this? Huh. Are potential assets, however you want to look at it. Man, you're gurgling at just the right interval, zombie up there. Okay, what do we do now? I mean, I could keep mining for a little bit. We're only at 15 minutes. Or I could go outside and... I don't even want... smooth stone. Honestly, I don't. I don't know what building material I want right now. Glass, more than anything, is something I'm, like, constantly a fan of. Where's that Gurgle Boy? Sounded like Gurgle Boy was, like, right... Gurgle Boy? Gurgle Boy? There he is! Got him. Delightful. You know, honestly, I got enough cobblestone. Let's start doing some weird shit. Find two houses adjacent to each other, but not connected on the roadway. Why am I hearing a zombie? It's underneath me, right? Yeah, you make those zombie sounds. Very scary. I'm taking you very seriously. Give me that. And where's your ceiling? Your ceiling level is like right there. Do I put any windows in here? I really don't want to. Nah. Tell you what, we'll slap a couple of those bad boys in here. Hello? Knock knock, motherfuckers. You got new roommates. Congratulations. Jesus! Your house is highly cursed, my friends. Highly cursed. Nope, nope, nope. What am I accomplishing by doing here? Nothing. I'm accomplishing nothing by doing this. I just like slowly teasing out the existing architecture and then making these, like, you know, proper size homes. Not immediately, but that's the end goal trajectory of what I'm doing. Like, they live like this. Seriously, they live like this. It's ridiculous. It's pathetic. Least I can do is give them, like, Mr. Codex, tear down these blocks. Ich bin ein Blockinner. You know what? Yeah, we'll blow this wall out. No, we won't. I don't have glass, and I don't want to make glass panes. So you know what? Congratulations on your new tenement. It looks... I mean, bad. It looks pretty bad, if I'm being honest. We need to touch some stuff up here. Just a little bit. Listen, I am no architectologist. Perfect. Yep, that's exactly how I wanted that to go. Can't have nice things. You know what? Honestly, it's probably for the best I just jump up here directly. I took falling damage from that? Okay. Alright. Sure. This dirt block, what is going on here? Jesus, this just really drops off right into the abyss. It's actually quite beautiful down here. This probably looks like nothing on the stream, but... Oh, I'm out of air. Sweet death, take me away. Yeah, these stripped logs, I think they look kind of terrible. the darkness. It summons me. Listen, I'm just trying to set up bird tenements. I'm at the Bird People Housing Authority. Trying to make good use of our land for the benefit of all bird kind. I know the villagers aren't bird people, but like, they look a lot like bird people. We got some Dolphinos out there. Hello, dolphins. You know, okay, it's fine. Just jump off the roof, break your ankles. Another day in hell. I really don't love any of these houses. I kind of just want to go back underground and not think today. I do not have much creative energy today. All of that was drained in dealing with polite, helpful bureaucracy today. But having to deal with bureaucracy at all makes me want to do a bad thing. Do bad things. They're squid people? These are not squid people. No. 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 I understand that these are vaguely reminiscent of Squidward. The nose and everything. That's a bird sound. Has a bird face, they are bird people. Who's a good bird person? Who's a good bird person? You a good bird? Who's a good bird person? Oh, got yourselves a librarian. Look at this bird nerd. Broken bureaucracy machinery went like, oh yeah, you should hear from us by the end of the week. Not you will hear from us at the end of the week. You should buy. So, I at least know that they have everything that they should have. Well, guess I'm insulting bird kind then, because I'm calling these sons of bitches birds. Fight me, bird people. Bird cowards. What do I want to do with this fucking house? I mean, obviously I'm not happy with it as a house. Honestly, part of me is like, me want craft, and the other part is like, I do want to build stuff, but I also don't want to give it any thought at all. So instead, we're just going to the abyss. We're just going to the abyss. I don't really have anything to go. Well, good idea to go to the abyss, get diamond. You tell on the furries. You go ahead. You go ahead. Tell the furries. Tell them I sent you. Never really put much thought into if I had a fursona, what it would be. I did put thought into it as a teenager. Because like, I'm like, is this a thing I am? Let's entertain this for a while. Let's try and think about this. But like, I like being people. I don't want to be any other sort of animal. In fact, I don't want to be an animal at all. What I want is to be just cyborged, augmented out to hell. I want to be a fucking AI. I want to have a mutable body that changes depending on what I want to look and feel like at that time. I don't want to be doggo or kitty cat or birdo. Humans equal stinky. Everything equals stinky. Life equals stinky. Animals equal considerably less stinky. You've not been around enough animals if that's your standpoint. Animals equal extremely stinky. Birds stinky. Doggo stinky, kitty stinky, fish stinky, lizard stinky, snake stinky, whale, couldn't tell you. I imagine whale stinky. Have not smelled a whale. Arr. Can smell her off the port bow. No. Figuratively stinky. I always thought, like, you know, dinosaurs are pretty cool, so some sort of, like, dinosaur humanoid, but it isn't in, like, a, this is my, like, a true representation of self kind of way, just like, haha, that'd be rad. That's, like, the furthest I ever got with it. Like, you know, don't get me wrong, having, like, a tail, prehensile tail, yeah, you could do some horny stuff with that, that'd be interesting. Having wings, dude, who wouldn't want to fly, but that's about as far as I ever got thinking about it. And that's as far as I'll ever get thinking about it. I'm imagining me, like, 80 years old on my deathbed. Because, like, come on, I'm not living older than that. Having some sort of revelatory moment. Oh, God. I'm horny, therefore my fursona is a goat. Now, you typed goat with an E at the end. You were one letter away from goatsy. And I think we need to think about that for a second. Come on, goat, horny? You could be like a horny lizard, horny toad, you could be a great horned owl. So other many horny fursonas you could go with. You're the one bringing it up. You're the one with the typo. I'm bringing it up because that typo made my brain go there. And if I had to live through the late 2000s and early 2010s on the internet, by God, I'm gonna remind everyone else who did too. I'm indignant about it. There's a Twitter page I've been made aware of called Ancient Memes, I believe. If you want to feel old, give that a look. Because it's all just like early 2000s memes being treated as if they're fucking ancient. It's not a typo and I did it on purpose. Well, then you put that thought into my brain and clearly I hold no responsibility for my own thoughts or how my brain works. I'm gonna blame everyone else for what I think and feel, because I'm an American. Oh, you know what? I saw the biggest. We'll add some doom and gloom in here. The most depressing and bleak thing I've seen in a long time. Los Angeles has suspended its air quality tracking because the air quality has gotten so bad from the number of cremations in the city. People are having asthma attacks because the air quality is so bad. Because of the number of people being cremated in Los Angeles right now. That's so fucked up. If that were in a post-apocalyptic novel, I'd be like, come on, man, that's a stretch. Holy shit. These are the times of our lives. Yeah, horny owl. Owls are cool. Lizards are much cooler, though. Gotta say. Horny toad? Not really my thing. So, feels good to not be in LA. also, like, deeply existentially terrifying that I have friends in LA. And I message them, like, every few months, like, hey, buddy, I hear it's particularly bad down there. How are you doing? And they're like, yeah, it's fine. Which is a very, you know, Los Angeles thing to say. Like, oh, yeah, you know, my city's fucking terrible and it's only getting worse over time. But LA, baby, Hollywood! City of the stars! Yeah, alright. Alright, you keep doing you then. Lizards are passable. Okay. Reptiles, birds, mammals. That is the objectively correct hierarchy. Reptiles are the best, birds are second best, mammals are the worst. Fish, I don't even know where to begin with fish. Fish, fine, probably. Remember when cat boys and cat girls were more of a thing? Cat boys are making a comeback, especially on Twitter, especially on leftist Twitter, or at least the circles I run in. There are people very horny for cat boys. Women, particularly, cis women, particularly horny for cat boys. I remember the olden days when it was... yes, the pre-2010 days of everybody going on about how much they wanted cat girls to be real. The internet has always been a highly cringy place. Cat girls have never gone away. Yeah, but they went quiet enough that I kind of lost awareness of them for a short while. Maybe I'm just too online these days. But that's been the case for my entire life. Furry palates have just gotten more refined and yearn for other species. Maybe. Maybe. I got a lot of respect for furries who are just like, nah, I'm a dog. What kind? Just like, you know, golden retriever, dude. Just like, basic-ass dog. I got a lot of respect for people who identify with just like the most simple, plain-ass, boring fursona. Like, hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah, that's incredibly boring. It's like if you were given a template to be any kind of a human you want, and I just want to be a brown-eyed, brown-haired, unremarkable middle-aged man. Straight man. Who lives in like, not just like lives in northern England. Yeah, that's what I want. That's what I want. Like, huh. Alright. I mean, not very adventurous, but fair enough. That's what people who are doggo furry read to me as like, you have a distinct lack of imagination. But, you know, again, hierarchy. Reptile, bird, and mammal. Scalies are best. Because, dinosaurs are the best. Wait a minute. Did I only dig one over? No. Avians are close because dinosaurs eventually became them. Mammals are the worst because we shouldn't exist and dinosaurs are the best things either. People with dog personas are either fucking insane or wholesome and squishy, no middle ground. Yeah. I mean, I'm not enough in the know to make that assertion, but you know, you said it, so I can just repeat it as gospel. It weirds me out that there are people who, like, encountered the idea of furries and never gave it a second thought. Never, like, was like, huh, is this a thing I might like? Like, it deeply troubles me that there are people who encounter new kinks or new ideas or, like, fetishes or identities and don't for a second think, like, hey, does this resonate with me? They just, like, reject it outright or just like, huh, cool, and keep moving. Because seriously, every time I'm exposed to new ideas, I'm like, how do I feel about this? Is it a thing for me? Yeah, no, yeah, no. You know, I feel it out. Well, not all the time. Like I didn't look at white nationalism and go, no. But with something harmless like that, it surprises me that people don't give it more of a thought. Furries, forgive me, God, for I must wolf. I'll say it. I think that Star Wars is a furry pipeline. I think it is. I think Star Wars is a nerd to furry pipeline. Oh, it's all fun and games when you're just talking about Twi'leks and getting horny over Leku, the head tentacles. But then one day you wake up to your fursuited lover next to you and the world has changed. I played Star Wars Galaxies back when that was a thing. And the RP community on there was amazing, but also like segments of it that I inevitably found myself a part of, were incredibly horny. Incredibly horny. Don't do the math to figure out how old I am. You won't like it, and I won't like it, and it'll be uncomfortable. But I'm just gonna keep talking about it as if I was a person old enough to engage in that in a way that I could actually legally give consent, even though I couldn't. So, you know, that's a Monka part of this. But still some very, formative interactions on there, we'll say. Star Trek is a better nerd furry pipeline. What? No, I hard disagree. No furries in my Star Trek. Caitians don't exist. The other cat and races, no, they don't exist. Not in my Star Trek canon. They all got they got. If you look at Star Trek Online, you're absolutely right. The amount of people playing as cat people is like, okay, all right, so we're just letting this be a thing. Fair enough. Doctor Who, like wholesale, if we're talking science fiction fandoms. Doctor Who just straight up in the David Tennant era, I think, had half cat people whose babies were cats. Not like, kind of like cats, they were kittens. Their babies were kittens. That's not furry stuff, dude. That's just... seems categorically like bestiality at that point. Which, brave Doctor Who. Doctor Who does some weird shit. Speaking of Star Wars. Oh my god, I forget the guy who played Luke Skywalker. Holy shit. Mark Hamill. He posted some Bernie memes being like, alright, these are pretty great. His comment section on Twitter was just terrible. Like, people being like, I think we're in like episode 6 right now because we're right after the fall of the Empire, in parentheses Trump. And like, what the fuck? Watch a second movie. Read a book besides the Bible. Watch a movie besides Star Wars. Consume some sort of media to inform your worldview besides everything in history can be categorically understood using the timeline of the Star Wars movie franchise. So glad that the pseudo podcast already has a furry episode. I mean, the trick is, write something in chat, and if I don't have something I'm going off on, some tirade, I'll probably just read it and engage with it. I mean, it's not even much of a trick. I'm here to vibe. And I normally don't come in here with agendas, though sometimes I do come in here with agendas like trans rights, am I right, people? But seriously, trans rights are human rights. Yeah, no, meme at me and I will probably just read it and go with it. Which is why when people have been coming in here with like, colonialism good, actually, I'm like, you know what, I got nothing better to do. Let's go down this road and I can deconstruct your argument, tease this apart, and try and illustrate why you're wrong. And even if you won't, you know, want to listen or engage with that subject right now, maybe in the future you will, or maybe this will make you easier to talk to by somebody in the future, or, you know, this idea can take root or take seed. Seed can take root, whatever. You know where I'm going with it. Geopolitics occurs. Twitter. Oh my god, this is just like my favorite generic sci-fi universe. Now, to be fair, what is this? Wait, get out of here, abstraction. It's called REM sleep, not talk at me. And I tabbed out of Twitch because I'm very good at the internet. Star Trek. Deep Space Nine. The episodes about the 2020s in the Americas are prophetic. They are absolutely prophetic. Just like depressingly prophetic about like, oh yeah, people, they got too many homeless, didn't have anywhere to put them, so they just abandoned huge segments of the city and locked people away in them. And, oh, you know, they didn't do anything wrong. They're not criminals. Criminals go to jail. These people are just put here because we don't know where to put them. And, it's... oh. I can't read that. I can nod at that, but I don't feel qualified to even repeat that comment. Feel like, that is an interesting, like, fuck me, we're back in the lava zone. It's been a good few hours, hasn't it, without the lava hanging out? This, different kind of lesbians being like, these lesbians aren't real lesbians, these, no, your kind of lesbians aren't real lesbians, trans lesbians, cis lesbians, bi lesbians, etc, 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 and like, oh my god, I'm so glad that I do not have to take part in that discourse. Leftist infighting is pretty annoying, right? Queer infighting? Oh my god, it's so much worse. It's so much more exhausting. Because, like, you know, TERFs, for example, are just categorically horrible people. Horrible people. Horrible people. I used to be like, oh, this is just a Tumblr thing. This is just, you know, bored, horny teenagers who are queer on Tumblr and trying to, like, out-queer one another because there's some sort of social capital in doing that. This is just a Tumblr thing. The real world's not like this. And then as I got in more queer communities, I'm like, ah, fuck, the real world is like this. But it's not exclusive to queer leftist communities. Every community engages in petty infighting. Like, holy shit, you ever been a part of a church? Those Christians can really get petty, especially like Southern Baptists. Ooh, boy. And Catholics, oh man, they can talk some real shit behind each other's backs. I'm just like happily like, listen, I'm pan. You want to call me bi? Okay, whatever. I don't give a fuck. I'm not having that argument for the umpteenth time in my life. Non-binary? Why not non-binary? Because I don't want to have this fucking conversation, that's why. Just call me them, they, and fuck off. Because in an ideal world, I would transcend this limited human form and be able to have a body that looks and feels the way I want it to feel on a given daily basis, but that's not a realistic thing, so, you know, I'm stuck with the meat sack I got, and I can make some modifications, but also modifications cost money, and what the fuck is money? I don't have any of that. So I'm like, listen, I'm queer. I like some people, I don't like other people. I don't really want to get into it unless I plan on or want to engage in relations, whether sexual or romantic with you. It's something I don't really want to get into too much specificity with. It's good enough for me. Lesbians fight over who's a woman, who's a lesbian, and if it's cool not to be a lesbian. Gay men fight over who gets to be more toxic. You know, yeah, that is an odd thing, isn't it? Like, gay men don't try to erase each other's queerness. Or, you know, maybe they do, and this is just not a part of the community because it's toxic as fuck. That's not a part of the community that I'm around. But it's... Yeah. That's a lot of bullshit. That's a lot of bullshit I want nothing to do with. I really started engaging with the subject. I'm like, God, I shouldn't. There's a lot of trauma. There's a lot of hurt. There's a lot of lifetimes of being made the victims and abused, and people reacting to those lifetimes of trauma and abuse by lashing out at one another in unconstructive ways, perpetuating the cycle of trauma and abuse because they're not getting the help that they need, and they're not processing things in a healthy way because either they can't afford to or they're afraid to. And the wheel keeps on turning. Is this it? Yeah, it is it, but I guess I'm mining this out, I guess I'm mining that out, I guess I'm mining that out, I guess I'm mining that out. That. I'm really not short on materials right now. We have like 2 stacks of diamond, have a fair amount of iron. I finally leveled up enough that we could start looking into enchanting, but the thing is, I'll level with you, I don't remember how to enchant. I need paper for that, right? And for paper I need to get... We only have 10 minutes left. What the hell happened? For paper, I need to get sugarcane. So maybe we can spend like the last 10, 12 minutes getting some sugarcane. Trying to hunt down some sugarcane. Getting lost, getting frustrated, and screaming into the void about how everything is stupid and I want to die. It's just, you know, another typical episode. I'm pretty fucking tired. Just existentially, not particularly with anything. Well, that's a lie. With some particular things, like I'm exhausted by, oh my god, I need another fucking redstone bar. Redstone, you got me on my knees, redstone. Begging, darling, please, redstone. Get out of there. Where the fuck was I going with that? Yeah, I'm exhausted because, you know, life. But also, like, I have some concerns about friends of mine. Or people who I used to be close to that I want to, like, check up on. But it feels weird to... One person in particular seems to be having a pretty bad time. And I checked up like, hey, how are you doing? You want to talk? And they're like, you know, I'm, you know, fine. By that I mean not fine, and I'm just surviving. I'm like, cool. And like, they didn't want to talk and didn't want to process it. That's fine, but it's also like, man, it's kind of difficult seeing you being sad if you don't want to talk and there's no way I can really help, and you just keep sharing memes about how you're sad, and I don't understand. Like, when I'm sad, and I share memes about being sad, and people try to engage with it, I, you know, engage. I don't just be like, haha, post more meme, but no engage. Like, what do you want? Yeah, sugarcane and a paper and a book and a, you know what, we're going to bed. Wood, bookcase. That do be how it works. Oh my god, we have less than 10 minutes. This is particularly frustrating because I'm gonna fucking forget. No, we have a whole 10 minutes on the recording. Alright. I'm gonna fucking forget. I know myself. I'm gonna forget. I'm gonna load this up and be like, haha, what were we doing? I have no idea. Hey, you? No, get out of here. Get out of here. Get out of here. I don't know how you spawned in. But I'd prefer if you didn't. The furry and gay ate away at my soul and time. You know, someone had to. At least it's people who are hashtag freaks like me. I don't really know what the sea turtles do, but there are a lot of them hanging out over here, and I'm down with it. I don't need to understand. I'm happy to live in Margarita Turtleville. Now, this has already gone on long enough that I'm like, okay, I see that one way the fuck over there in the corner of the screen. That's what I'm going for. But I'm honestly shocked I haven't seen more sugarcane. Yeah, there's some people I should check in with. Seem to be having a bad day today. I am, like, chronically depressed, right? But I have such little patience for when people are being little bitches and not wanting to talk about what's bothering them. Like, listen, motherfucker, the world sucks. Nothing ever matters, and it's only ever getting worse all the time. I get it. Let's talk about it. Don't be like, I don't know. I don't want to talk about it. I'm fine. Tell me that you're not fine and you want to be left alone. I can respect that. I can, you know, absolutely respect that. Oh my god, there's so much coal. Ignore it, Alex. Ignore it. We'll come back here later, and by later, I mean we're never going to touch this again. We're on a mission from God, and God wants sugarcane. Oh my god. Did I just understand, Conquista? Did I just understand what it's like to be a conquistador in one brief fleeting moment? You've reached the point in your depression where you don't sad post unless someone prompts you to. Yeah, that's mostly where I'm at. Like, seeing, like, typically happy people talk about being sad, I'm like, you don't know the sadness. I was born in it. Etc., vain posting. And even if people are sad, I'm like, hell yeah, let's talk about it. Let's, you know, I'm here for you. And they're like, I don't want to think about it. Like, why the fuck did you post about it? If you don't want people to help, then why are you suffering socially? Because I'm pretty sure you're posting because you want attention or you want help. Either are okay, you just gotta admit why you're doing what you're doing so that people can do what you want them to do. But if you won't even own up to yourself why you're doing what you're doing, then it's hard for anybody else to figure out what the fuck they're supposed to be doing about what you're doing. I have such little patience these days for people who aren't emotionally self-aware or emotionally intelligent. I'm just like, bitch, get in touch with your feelings. Now! Get in touch with your feelings now. You're a grown-ass adult, you've had decades to develop this skill set, get on it. Really, this is quite a beautiful coastline. Jesus, that is a big-ass bee. Thick bee. Another thick bee. Could get some leather. I probably need the leather, but I'm not doing it. Not doing it. Oh, there's some sheep. Could I use a mutton? Yeah. Could I use a bull? You know, honestly, probably not. But the bloodthirst is still there. I think. Huh. These are not the vibes to which I'd become accustomed to. Don't start singing. Don't start singing. I really don't trust this song. I'm sorry, but no. I'm sorry, but no. Something that happens to you relatively often is you'll discuss mental health in a Discord server with like 20 people, and the one person you don't feel comfortable talking about it in detail with will be all over your DMs. Yeah. That sucks. I typically have a pretty hard time opening up to new people about my mental health, because a lot of neurotypical people, when they hear like me talking about, can you fuck off, Enderman, I'm here on a job, talk about being depressed or anxious or whatever else, they'll give me advice that I A, never fucking asked for, and B, they're not qualified to give. So I really hate talking about mental health with most people, because I'm like, oh god, you're gonna do the thing, you're gonna do the neurotypical healthy person thing and think that I need help. Specifically yours, and I don't. I don't need it, I don't want it. Ugh. Tell Pretty Boy, can you just, like, go directly to hell? Alright, I don't think I'm getting any more sugarcane. Let's build a boat and go far, far away. Oh, I don't need more wood. Let's go home. That's how you make a bowl. I'm sorry. But if you make a boat with... No, thank you, sir. No, thank you. No, I already gave it the office. No. I know I'm not interested. Yeah, typically in the Discord channel I talk in, it's only like half a dozen people at the most. I don't like hanging out in Discord very much. I've become an increasingly... What the fuck am I looking at? Antisocial person as I've gotten older. What? Is this kelp? Why does kelp break? Well, new to me. I'll pick it up. That is kelp. What broke that kelp? Huh. What the fuck? Why do you wanna... you know, die? Do you really want to sit here for 3 hours listening to all the ways? Yeah, like, do you really want to sit here and listen to my trauma? Person that I barely know? I bet you don't. I bet you just want me to shut up and be happy so you can feel comfortable and not worried about it. So I resonate with, like, I don't want to get into it. And all people have to say is, I don't want to get into it. I don't want to talk about it right now. You know, I really don't have the energy or mental headspace for this. Thank you for reaching out. You know, I really appreciate you caring and asking, but I'm not really in a place where I want to talk about it yet. That's perfectly fine. That's all you gotta fucking say. But some people are so bad at communicating that they can't even communicate that. What am I looking at down there? Listen. Is it right click? Is it exit? It's E? No, it's F? No, it's space? Q? How the fuck do you get out of boats? Is it crouch? No, it's a control. Is it shift? Alright, none of these helped. Shift. It's shift! What is this? Can I breathe in these bubbles? Oh lordy, I can. Wait, this creates a vacuum? Ah, this creates a hot vacuum, but yes. Did that just break the lamp and not give me anything? Yeah, it did. Hot, hot! I'm learning! Okay. Yep, I just broke that sea lamp. Well, you know, okay, that's fine. Yeah, I guess, you know, it's the time and also it's just like, I don't know you and I'm not comfortable talking to you. Kind of stuff. Shift. Man, why shift? It's such a weird one. Beautiful. Alright. You're welcome, future Alex. You got some stuff. Can I? Kelp farm? Kelp farm? Nothing else, it looks vaguely interesting. Alright, well, I guess that's it for today. It's weird, I didn't go off on, like, some political tirade. Didn't really feel... I felt like this went by super fast. But them's the breaks. What am I getting up to now? I have no fucking clue. I still haven't responded to a bunch of people I need to respond to. So I should do that. But, like, hear me out on this. I don't wanna. I wanna be lazy. Why is all my... Ugh. I clearly haven't taken a shower today. Still have bedhead. Let's see. Today is Monday. Tuesday, I will probably be back with more Minecraft a couple times today. Monday, am I going to be streaming anymore today? I mean, I'm probably going to get bored enough that I'll want to, but it's already late enough. It'd feel weird to have another Minecraft hour tonight, so this is probably it for today. Wednesday, again, 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time is when I start my weekly Blades in the Dark game. I think we are recording that. I don't know if we are streaming it for this week. Again, there's some people I really want to check up on and make sure they're actually okay with that and confident about being okay with being in front of a live audience before we do that. I think, in theory, they think that they're okay with it, but I'm also like, are you sure? You sure? Like, and if that goes well, then I'll release everything we have archived. So like an hour or two prior to 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, I will play some Dishonored, I guess, to get in the right headspace, and fuck, beyond that, what am I doing? I don't know. I got nothing. Been a weird brain space day. Not a bad day, but a good day. So thanks for hanging out. If you're watching on YouTube, this is it for today. So until tomorrow, I'm going to say toodaloo. Take care. I'll see you then. Bye-bye. Bye.